Right guys, I'm going to take this bed of Estima out here. I don't think any good will come of leaving them in much longer. You see they're dying off on the ends here. They're dying off in the centre where the path is. So I'm just going to take the bulk of them out, all these dead fallen over ones. I mean, yeah, ideally I'd just take these tops off and leave them in the ground now over winter, but I just can't because of the wireworms and these millipedes and the rats and the mice and everything else that just wants to eat them. So anyway, let's get some out. I'll start at this end here, I think. We'll just see what they look like. I pulled an Estima out yesterday for my daughter in a different bed at the back of the allotment, and they were huge. There was 4.1 kilos of potatoes under, sorry, 2.1 kilos under one potato. I wonder if you can see this one. You can certainly see this one anyway. Let's get this one out. I'll just take this one out, then I'll take the rest out, and then I'll show you what's underneath them. Wow. Wow. Oh, they are amazing, amazing. Look. No wireworm damage on that. No millipede damage. Just beautiful. Guys, another one. Wow. A little bit of splitting on that one. It's healed over, the splitter's healed. So there's no damage on it. They've got dry, that's what it is. Wow, guys, look what I've just found in the soil there. A wireworm, just in the soil. I haven't seen any holes yet. I'm sure there will be, seeing that now. You're going to not get many potatoes when you start pulling them out that big. Let's have a look at this one. God, I do like it when spuds come out like that. You know, when there's no little tiny tiddlers on the bottom of them. Just nice, really nice size usable potatoes like that. No damage. I wonder if this big thick mulch on the surface lessens wireworm damage by any chance. I'm not actually sure. Right, I'll just pull this. Again, this looks like a really good plant, and then I'll harvest the rest. There's a few potatoes in this bed that still look green, well, which have still got green tops on, and are actually still growing and still swelling tubers. But I just don't see the point, you know, when he's stripping all these dead ones out and leaving 6 or 7 potato plants in the bed, just tying the bed up. So they may as well all come out. Beautiful. We've got a bit of the green on some of these, sadly. They've just pushed up a bit too far, even though they had a mulch on them. Look at that, very usable, beautiful. There's your green, that will be a really good seed for next year, that potato. Oh, and they keep coming, look at that. Now that rivals the potato yesterday that I told you about. That easily rivals that, so again there's going to be 2 kilos and above there. A little bit of wireworm damage in that small one, which is fine by me. A green one, and one of next year's seed. I was going to bring me scales and I completely forgot. Anyway, I'll be back when we've got these out. This is the last plant, guys, plant number 30. And I will tell you something, guys, I am utterly and completely blown away by this year's Estima harvest. Oh my God, oh my God. I just can't believe how many potatoes there are and how big they are. They are so difficult to get out, some of them. They have pushed down really deep. I've quite possibly missed quite a few of them. I have never known Estima push down so deep as this. They were only planted 6 inches under the surface, and some of them are a foot deep. I'm not complaining, not at all. Right, let me show you this wondrous sight on here that now beholds me. Look at them from one plant. Look at them. So can you imagine what I am going to show you now? The big reveal, guys. Would you look at this? This is the pile I've just pulled out. Look at this down the bed. Absolutely unbelievable. Do you know what? In my second year on this allotment, I had a result similar to this. Not as good as this, I'm just saying similar to this. But these are just exceptional potatoes. Look at them. Look at them. Just wow. As clean as a whistle. Vast majority clean as a whistle. I did find 2 potatoes that had that millipede damage. So there's one with millipede damage on it, and that they'd got in again through a slug hole. There was one at the back with not quite as much damage as that, but you know, they were in it. So really 2 potatoes in this entire bed with damage on them. I did find a little bit of wireworm damage. I think I showed you that on a very, very small potato. Can happily live with that. But God, guys, do you know, and I wish I'd brought me scales, because I honestly cannot tell you which plant is going to have the highest yield or the biggest weight. It could be literally any of them. It could be this one here. There's a mass under it. It could be this one with these huge potatoes. And there's the one with the damage. As I say, just a wireworm or a slug hole that those millipedes have got into. But I will eat that straight away and just cut that off. It won't store, so I'll just eat these straight away. So these are the ones that I first dug up at this end of the bed. But in general, guys, they have just got so much better as we've gone down the bed, and cleaner. I'm flabbergasted, absolutely flabbergasted. So I just don't know what these weights are going to be. I do know that each plant is going 4 to 5 pounds in weight. Some of these are going 6 pounds in weight, particularly that one in the middle there at the end of the bed. That's got to be 6 to 7 pounds in weight, that potato. Absolutely, just so pleased, you know, really pleased with these. And when you get a crop like this, guys, you know, all the pain of the problems you have growing them, the wireworms and the voles and everything else attacking them and eating them, it all fades into insignificance. I can't even estimate what weight is in the ground. What weight? There's 30 plants here, averaging 3 to 4 pounds a plant. So there's about 120 pounds of potatoes here, so like 2 sacks of spuds. But looking at the amount, there's going to be easy 3 sacks of spuds, so I'm off on the estimate. I'm way off on the estimates. There's easily 3 bags of potatoes here. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I'm going to try and see if I can find the biggest. It's difficult because you've got some like that with massive spuds, and then you've got some like this with a couple of massive spuds, and then some really nice, you know, big potatoes. So it's really difficult to figure out which, you know, is the biggest of the batch or the biggest of the bunch. I thought that had a bit of mould on it then. It hasn't. That I just remembered that one was about 12 inches down into the soil, and I really had to dig to get that one out. But what do you think? Big smile today digging potatoes up, that's for sure. Wow, totally unexpected. There's enough potatoes in this bed to last us a year. There's enough potatoes for 1 year's eating just in this bed alone. I don't care what happens after this, I am not bothered. Nothing's going to come close to this, I just know it's not. But, you know, for the first time in 3 years, I'm just blown away. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. I'm going to pull some more, I'm on a roll. I'm going to pull some more potatoes up, so the next one will be taters. I don't know which ones. We have got Maris Pipers, we have got Charlotte, we've got a mixed bed at the end, and we've got another bed of Charlotte there. So one, two, we've still got 4.5 and the Picassos. See you later.